Hello, I cannot hear you.
Sorry,
Oh,
sorry.
that okay. Now I can hear you.
Hi, my name's Mandy.
Me-
What's your
me-
name?
My name is Hiroshi.
Hiroshi. Nice to meet
Thank
you,
you.
Hiroshi.
I'm calling
Uh,
from Japan.
I see you've been on Cambly for quite a long time, since January.
Yeah. Oh, really? I'm sorry, but I forgot. But did I talk with you before?
No, no, no.
Mm.
I'm just looking because um, I know everybody asks the same questions on Cambly. What's
Oh,
your name? Where are you from?
yeah.
And I'm sure when people have been on Cambly for 1,200 minutes, they're tired of those questions.
Oh. So you are speaking from Australia?
Yes, I'm in
Oh.
Australia.
Mhm. You know, I visit Australia quite often, and actually, I stayed in Australia for 1.5 years when
Oh,
I
wow.
went to the university in
Mm.
Sydney.
In
Uh,
Sydney.
yeah,
Okay.
the University of New South Wales.
Yeah.
You know that university.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
I've heard a bit about it.
mhm. That was already about 20 years ago, and
20 years ago.
yeah, at that time, I was already old, uh, but I could enjoy studying with young students.
Yes, yes.
I have a lot of good memories.
What
Uh,
did you study?
I studied the applied linguistics. Uh,
Applied linguistics.
applied linguistics is the field of where how to teach foreign languages. So
Yes, yes.
mhm. I used to be a school teacher. And I
Mm-hmm.
taught English. And yeah,
Talk
I'm
English.
still interested in English teaching and learning. So
Mhm.
yeah, still try.
And so, what do you think is the most important thing as a second language teacher? What do you think is the best thing to tell your students to do?
Well, we are, that is the most difficult question, actually.
Yeah.
Uh, I think the most important thing is how much we contact with the contact the foreign language. For
Yes.
instance, if we don't have any chances to speak English with foreigners, we cannot improve our English. And
Yeah.
if we don't read English books, we cannot acquire the reading ability.
Yeah.
So, how the important thing is how to acquire, how long we can contact uh,
Mm-hmm.
foreign language.
So I always tell my students that they need to read at least 2 pages in English every day. They need to speak to themselves in English. Walk into a room and say, I see a bed, I see a cupboard, I see a picture, and then build from that. I see a white bed, I see clothes in my cupboard, slowly build, but at least for half an hour of the day, just explain the world around them. If they're walking, all those sort of things, just so they can try and be in contact with the language as much as possible. Because
Yeah.
a lot of people try and teach grammar,
Hmm.
and so you do a grammar class once a week, you close the book, you've learned a rule, and you don't know how to use it.
Mm. Yeah, I think the for adults maybe grammar seems to be important, but even if we learn the rules of the language, uh, that is quite different. And, we can get knowledge of grammar, but
Yeah,
we don't
can't
have
speak it.
skills of speaking or reading. So
That's also what I say to my students. I say when you were learning to speak Japanese or Arabic or your native tongue, when you made a mistake growing up, your mom didn't correct you and say you are using this grammar rule incorrectly. She'd
mm,
say, don't say is, use are there. And that's how you picked it up, just by the correction, but not through learning the rules. So I
mm,
say rather stumble through the language and be corrected, and then focus on the rules when you get to a certain level where you can start correcting yourself, where you can hear, is this the right way to say it, or is this the wrong way to say it?
Yeah, actually, I think it's difficult. What border we should decide when the learners make mistakes in speaking. If we correct the mistakes so often, they will lose the courage to speak. So,
Yes, they lose the confidence. Yeah.
if we leave the mistakes just as it is, they cannot improve. Don't know
Then,
that thing. So it's very difficult.
it is.
Yeah.
The mistakes can't become habits,
Sometimes
but you can't cut
uh,
them too quickly.
same mistakes all the time. So it's very difficult. By the way,
Yeah.
do you learn any foreign languages?
I speak Afrikaans as a second language.
What language?
Afrikaans, because I was born in South Africa.
Africans.
Afrikaans.
In Africa, they speak usually English and local languages, I think.
Afrikaans is.
I've never heard.
It came in from the Dutch, so it's a sort of Dutch dialect. So, hallo, kan jy my verstaan? This is a bietjie van 'n Duits in a. So that's Afrikaans. It's a little bit of a Dutch sort of language. It's like the Dutch say it's an old version of Dutch.
So what part of Africa?
Sorry, in South Africa.
Oh, South Africa. Oh,
yeah, South Africa.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. I sometimes have instructors from South Africa. Yeah.
Yes.
So their ancestors came from the British, the United Kingdom. So usually they speak British English, I think.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. My mother was English and my father was Afrikaans.
Oh.
My mother won because she couldn't speak Afrikaans, so we were brought up all English.
Oh. So when did you come to Australia? Your parents came to Australia?
No, my parents are still in South Africa. We actually arrived here in March. We're also on a study visa.
Oh, really? Oh, I see.
Yeah. So we're busy studying in Australia for 2 years, and we'll see where we go from there. Maybe we come to Japan and teach English.
Yeah. So you live in Brisbane now?
Close to Brisbane, the Gold Coast.
Yeah,
so
I've been there, so I know. Yeah. You have the very beautiful beach.
Very beautiful beaches.
Yeah.
So, but when you mention Gold Coast, nobody knows where it is. You mention Brisbane, they're like, yes, I know Brisbane.
Oh. One thing I remember, I visited Brisbane, there was a Japanese sushi shop. And
just one.
Only one?
Only one, because they're everywhere now.
Yeah. But I visited one of their shops, and I enjoyed a lot of sushi because it was very cheap. So, of course, they use the raw fish they catch over there. In Japan, usually sushi is very expensive.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Very expensive because, fishes are expensive. So in Japan, eating sushi is very expensive. Yeah.
I must be honest, I enjoy sushi. I like sushi. My favorite is the wasabi, but we don't get the proper wasabi. We get a mixture of horseradish and a bit of mustard and food coloring because there's too much demand for wasabi around the world.
Yeah.
So we get the fake wasabi, but
right. I like that. So can you eat raw fish?
I do in my sushi.
Yeah, some foreign people cannot eat raw fish, but Japanese like raw fish, and
Yeah.
also we eat raw eggs too.
Raw eggs.
Listeners don't eat raw fish, I think.
Mm, no.
No.
I don't eat raw eggs, but I make ice cream with eggs, but I don't cook it. So technically, when you're eating it, it's still raw, but it's frozen.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
so we do eat it, but most people don't think about it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
But Japanese people like eat raw eggs and raw
raw
fish.
eggs.
Yeah.
I can't imagine just eating a raw egg. It's
Mm.
slimy.
Yeah. You know, yeah, some people don't like raw eggs. I mean, foreigners. Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
Mm.
where in Japan do you live?
Oh, I live in the southern part of Japan,
Southern part.
called Kumamoto. Uh,
Kumamoto. Yeah.
yeah, actually, Kumamoto had a lot of natural disasters
Oh
uh,
no.
recently, and earthquakes and typhoons and uh, hot weather.
Hot weather.
Yeah, it's terrible. Very hard, truly.
But it shows you're a survivor because you've been through all of them.
Sorry.
It shows that you're a survivor because you've made it through all of them. So you've gone through the typhoons, the
Yeah,
earthquakes.
yeah,
So you're a survivor.
yeah, we managed to live. Yeah, we have been struggling with the natural disasters since the olden times. Yeah, but
Yeah.
still, yeah, we managed to survive. But
And thrive.
yeah, but terrible to, repair, bridges and roads and yeah, terrible.
Mm.
Uh,
I suppose what you guys have is quite unique. You don't have anything that's always permanent or fixed because you're permanently rebuilding it and you'll have a beautiful house and it'll get destroyed and you rebuild the house. So
mm,
I suppose in some ways it teaches you to value what you've got today, and be prepared to rebuild tomorrow. So there might be good life lessons that come out of living in an area like that.
mm. Well, yeah, I think we need, a lot of, what shall I say, uh, machines and sort of things. And
Mm.
but we have a very famous castle in Kumamoto,
Oh
and
yeah?
was destroyed by
Mm.
by the earthquake which happened almost 5 years ago.
Oh
Um,
no.
now we are restructuring, but
Okay.
it takes another 5 years or so. So it's terrible, but
Mm.
the people wants to rebuild, so now they are reconstructing. Mm.
But you see that's a good thing. You're rebuilding, so at least you've got that. It keeps everybody busy.
Yeah, okay.
It keeps the economy also going because you have to build. It's there and it's just getting you have to rebuild. So it's a good way of always stimulating the economy.
Mm. Yeah.
Not the best way, but it does.
Eh,
So
um,
did you I know when was that very bad earthquake? I think it was about 2010,
to,
2009,
oh,
2010.
now, the earthquake, happened in my area. That was
Yeah,
5 years ago. But
five years ago.
you are thinking of the earthquake which happened,
It was further north,
northern part of
in the
Japan. Yeah,
northern part.
yeah,
Fukushima and
yeah.
all
Uh,
that,
it was
yeah.
a big
Tidal wave.
wave, yes, and
Yes.
destroyed a lot of people and buildings, and
Mm.
yeah,
That
yeah,
that that was very sad.
yeah,
I watched that. That was
yeah.
very sad.
Actually, they are still struggling.
We've got 7 seconds left. Thank
Okay.
you very much
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sharing
Thank
your time
you
with me
very much.
today.
Nice talking. Thank you very
Nice
much.
talking to you. Take care.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.